Hey, what's up YouTube? Alright, in this video I'm going to get on the other side of the camera and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've been working with as far as this drum setup. I'm going to flip the camera around in the studio here and show you what we have. Alright, first off, this is what I'm working with. Drum set here is an old SP Sound Percussion, just a junker. It's got a 20-inch bass drum. It came with a 10-12 rack tom and a 14-inch floor. Work done to this. I've taken the finish off. I'm going to refinish it. Added rims mounts to the rack tom. I also have another rack tom that goes with it that doesn't quite match. 2.3mm hoops on everything. Pearl hardware, upgraded Pearl hardware. All this hardware is just miscellaneous SP and PDP hardware. Heads, I try and use all Remo. I'm not a fan of Evans, but on this I got Power Stroke 3 front, Power Stroke 3 batter. Toms have coated Emperor's tops, coated Ambassador bottoms. Alright, go around and check out these cymbals here. Alright, so first cymbal is a little, what is that, probably like a 6-8 inch little toy gong I got muting my piccolo snare. I actually made this out of a Keller shell that I cut down, maple shell. It's a 7-ply maple. I cut it down 4 inches with reinforcement rings on it. I'll go into detail with this if people want eventually. Alright, hi-hats. I have an AA thin crash, brilliant finish over a AAX stage bottom hi-hat. This splash is just a little cheapo 10-inch Zildjian A splash, regular finish. This one here is a 16-inch V vault. It's the vault crash. I think it used to be AAX, but then they made their own line, I guess, late 90s, early 2000s. This one here, I've had this crash forever. This is an AAX 18-inch metal crash, and you can't really tell from this, but I've kind of applied a patina to it. I did that using salt and coffee and peroxide. I just sprinkled salt and coffee over the surface of it, and added peroxide with a atomizer, just kind of sprayed it all over the surface and whatnot. And that gave me that quickly kind of salty finish. It also cut down a lot of the high overtones out of the cymbal, darkened it up, but did not affect any of its presence, any of its sustain or anything. Here's my Dave Weckl stack, as I call it. I do have kind of a Weckl-esque setup. I like the way he sets his stuff up, so I'm trying it. That's a 12-inch splash, Wuhan, just regular 10-inch splash, with a 8-inch Wuhan brilliant finish splash on top of it. Just the regular splash cymbals, no thin, no extra, anything like that. The ride I'm using for the past few videos has been my very first ride I ever bought, my Sabian B8 first pack. So this is like a first or second generation B8 20-inch ride cymbal, just regular ride. What I did to it is I sat it out in the weather for 2 years, let it get rained on, etc., etc., flipping it upside down and whatnot, getting both sides. I should mention I stripped the clear coat off of it first so that it was able to tarnish the B8 alloy. I also did the coffee salt to this thing here, let that sit on with peroxide to age it a little bit more. And because it was so high-pitched and high ringing, I kind of gave it a hand hammering, if you will, random with a ball peen hammer, and it darkened everything up quite a bit, got rid of a lot of the overtones, quite a bit darker, earthy. It was very ding-dingy before, trust me on that. Alright, and this here is just a little interesting stack. It's a AA 16-inch Chinese over a B8 Ozone, 16-inch as well, just kind of a little trashy stack. The only thing that sucks is during one of my videos I did crack it, so I had to drill a hole. Boo-hoo. Alright, and then my very last crash on my right side here, I got a XS20 Ozone, 16-inch as well, just for kind of like a darker crash to either pair with these two or just something that's in and out. I try and think of, oh, my last one, I forgot about this here. This is my little auxiliary / right side hi-hat I have hooked up. It's a 10-inch AA brilliant splash over a 10-inch B8 splash, and that's just a little auxiliary hat. And as you can see, the B8's up underneath there. As far as pedals, as you can see, DW 5000. I opted for those over the 9000, which I, in hindsight, should have went with the 9000, but oh well. I still love these. I'm getting used to the accelerator cam instead of the turbo cam. It is kind of different. Alright, lastly we'll come down to the snare. The one I'm using on this is my PDP, which goes with my X7 kit. These two I replaced with 2.3mm hoops. I try and use Emperor CS dots on all the snares, or sometimes if I want a thinner, tighter sound, I'll use Ambassador coated bottom side on everything. Hardware, I use mixed hardware, Pearl, PDP, DW, whatever I can get. But my main thing that I had to get was my DW pedals. That was imperative that you have good pedals to work with. It does actually help you. It's like using a good tool instead of going to Harbor Freight for all your tools. Alright, now on this side here I have this is my kind of filming area. I have a backlighting here, my desk for laptop, etc., tuning stuff. Then my side rack here is my extra snares. This is my very first snare that came with the set. Just a cheapo snare, 2.3mm hoops, steel snare, same head configuration. All these pretty much have the same heads as what I set over here, except for this one on the far left has fiber skin on the top. Alright, this is my Stuart Copeland snare. Basically it's 5.5 by 14 steel shell, 2.3mm hoop bottom, die cast hoop top. Again, that actually has an Ambassador top on it, Ambassador bottom. This is my B stock. I think it's a Supraphonic is what, I can't remember exactly what it is. Ludwig, 5.5 by 14 bronze snare or brass snare. Beautiful sounding snare. This is the snare that came. Let me move these wires. This is the snare that came with my Questlove backbeat set. 5 by 14 poplar shell. I put 2.3mm hoops on it. Lastly, this is an old junker that came with this SP set, 6 lug, 1.6mm hoops on those still, fiber skin top, and Ambassador hazy bottom. Kind of sounds like a Bonham-esque. And then here's just some more storage. I have a brass piccolo down there, extra heads, boxes. That's my extra tom that I have just buried, extra gong down there. As you can see, I do gong meditations occasionally, and I have those. I'll be posting videos of that soon as well. Generally, here's kind of the Egyptian Studios view. All my stuff that I record onto for short videos is here. 2FX processors, my old PV mixer. I'm only using 7 tracks for the drums here. As you can see, all Audix mics I'm using also. 1 on kick, each tom, snare, and I'm only using 1 overhead at this moment right now. I may add 2. Generally when I do my big production videos I'll be adding 2 overheads. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I have here. So I don't know, just a quick handheld overview of the studio. Trying to get good light. There we go. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Welcome to Egyptian Studios, and I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments, or any suggestions of future videos even. Put them in the comments. Hey, thanks for watching.